All right, let's get this show started!
The greatest flyweight to ever grace the octagon will be immortalized when Demetrious joins the 2026 UFC Hall of Fame class. UFC officials announced during Saturday's UFC Seattle broadcast that the former longtime 125-pound title holder will be enshrined into the modern wing during the International Fight Week ceremony this summer. Johnson, who made a UFC record 11 consecutive title defenses from January 2013 to October 2017, will become the first flyweight fighter to get a place in the UFC Hall of Fame. Israel Adesanya has suffered his fourth straight loss at UFC Seattle. In the main event, Joe Pyfer stepped up and finished one of the greatest middleweights in MMA history, stopping Adesanya via ground and pound at 4:18 of round 2. Adesanya looked composed early, executing a solid game plan in the first round. He stayed at range, mixed in leg kicks, and appeared to be wearing Pyfer down. But in round 2, Pyfer began to find his rhythm, and when his shots landed, they landed with force. Adesanya chose to engage in the clinch, a decision that ultimately turned the tide. Once the fight hit the ground, Pyfer took control. He advanced to mount, took the back, and after Adesanya rolled over, finished the fight with relentless ground and pound. In his post-fight interview, Adesanya made it clear he's not going anywhere and has no plans to retire anytime soon. Here's how the MMA community reacted to Izzy's loss. Francis Ngannou wrote, "What the f, man, keep your head up at Stylebender." Gilbert Burns said, "Man, gotta feel bad for Izzy, but Joe Pyfer is the real deal. Wow." Diana Belbita tweeted, "I don't like to say it, but Adesanya's era may be over." Matt Brown said, "Man, Izzy looked hungry too and good overall. Pyfer just had a great game plan, showed guts and heart, and didn't give up on chasing the finish." Bilal Muhammad said, "Izzy was on point, he just started feeling a finish and got reckless." Followed up with, "Izzy still got it." Ayman Zahabi said, "Gutted for Izzy, I had him ahead." Followed up with, "Izzy's mindset is my favorite thing about him. He's a great example of what it takes to achieve what so many dream of. I hope when he does decide to retire, he leaves on a high note." In the co-main event, Alexa Grasso delivered one of the wildest finishes in women's MMA history. Grasso opened up with leg kicks, and when her hands started flowing, she flattened Macy Barber with a superb straight left hand. Barber went down out cold, but Grasso still found time to secure a lightning-fast rear naked choke before the referee came for rescue. The MMA community was stunned by Grasso's shocking finish. Brendan Schaub reacted on X, writing, "I've never seen anyone get knocked out and submitted. Insane." Jamal Hill tweeted, "Flushed face emoji." Alan Joban tweeted, "That is crazy. Glad she's okay." Diana Belbita said, "I am shocked. I expected Alexa to win, but that was scary." Mike Jackson tweeted, "Art." Henry Cejudo commented, "I want to see Alexa Grasso fight for the belt again this year." Here are the rest of the results from UFC Seattle. Michael Chiesa defeated Nico Price via submission, rear naked choke, at 1 minute and 3 seconds of round 1. Chiesa wasted no time, aggressively shooting for a takedown. After some early resistance, he took Price's back and quickly locked in the fight-ending choke. Larian Douglas defeated Julian Erosa via knockout at 3 minutes and 33 seconds of round 1. Alex Pereira's teammate Yusri Bulgari defeated Mansour Abdul Malik via technical knockout at 3 minutes and 39 seconds of round 3. Terrence McKinney defeated Kyle Nelson via technical knockout at 24 seconds of round 1. McKinney delivered another explosive performance, earning his third win in his last 4 fights. It also marked the 7th time in his career he's finished a fight in under 45 seconds. However, the event wasn't without controversy. On the prelims, number 8 ranked heavyweight Marcin Tybura welcomed UFC newcomer and Bellator veteran Tyrell Fortune to the octagon. The fight was unremarkable, with Fortune using his wrestling and pressure to control most of the bout. But after the fight was over, things got messy. When it came time for the official decision, veteran announcer Bruce Buffer declared Tybura the victor by unanimous decision with scorecards of 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28, much to the shock of most in attendance. Fortune quickly exited the cage in frustration as boos rained down from the crowd over the judging, but this time it wasn't the judges who screwed up. It took a few moments, with Tybura lingering oddly in the cage, but eventually it became clear that Buffer read the decision incorrectly. The UFC ushered Fortune back into the cage for a redo, where Buffer apologized for his mistake and correctly announced Fortune as the winner by unanimous decision. Joe Pyfer got more than just a win on Saturday night. After defeating Israel Adesanya, Pyfer revealed in his post-fight interview that he had been struggling mentally in the lead-up to the fight and had nearly taken his own life. Speaking at the post-fight press conference, he opened up further, admitting he had cheated on his girlfriend and that the guilt played a major role in his emotional state.
Yeah, I was a victim of my own self-destruction. I had lust issues. I had just this toxic cycle of coping. Nothing drug related or anything like that, but I had a dream where I was disgusted about who I was. I broke a lot of people's hearts around me, and particularly one person that that I never will hurt again. And shit, man, I just disgusted with myself. So
UFC CEO Dana White, as usual, appeared at the post-fight press conference where he discussed several interesting topics. Starting with the UFC Seattle main event, Dana reacted to Joe Pyfer's stunning admission that he had considered self-harm just weeks before the fight.
Did you know he was considering suicide a couple of weeks ago?
I almost took my own life like a couple weeks ago, and I found God. And I ain't crying, man, so I'm gonna keep it together. God restored me, baby. That's the only reason I'm here. USA, baby, let's go!
I did not know that.
That's what he said in the cage.
He said he was considering suicide a couple weeks ago.
That's what he said, right?
Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, that is unfortunate to hear.
Did you know?
It wouldn't be a press conference without a Jon Jones question. Dana was asked whether negotiations for Jones to fight on the White House card fell through because of money. And, to no surprise, the UFC boss got fired up in his response.
I hate to bring him up, Jon Jones. I know he was never in contention to fight on that White House card. But he did say that he was offered $15 million and it came down to money. Is he lying when he says that?
Who gives?
So did the negotiations just fall out over money, or was he?
I've already talked about this a million times, and John knows what happened.
Okay.
John knows what happened. I don't know. So, first of all, leading up to this, whatever this is, you know, all I do is Jon Jones the GOAT, he's the greatest, da 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 da, and everybody's talking about how I'm blowing Jon Jones all the time. Now this falls out. What, I hate Jon Jones and I'm trying to destroy Jon Jones now or whatever. Jon Jones knows exactly what happened, and this happens every week at the UFC. There's all kinds of negotiations going on. You know, you think Jon Jones is clamoring to fight? Like, Jon Jones is like, we have to give this guy 3 fights a year if he really wants to fight. Legally, we have to give him 3 fights a year if Jon Jones is chomping at the bit to fight. And if we don't, we have to pay him.
Dana also shared an update on Islam Makhachev and Conor McGregor's return, saying Islam is expected to fight in August, while Conor could return in July, although nothing is finalized yet.
And then I saw you post on Instagram on a page that Islam Makhachev is fighting in August. Is that true? And do you have an opponent for Islam yet?
Well, Ali was out there saying July, and yeah, it's August that we're looking at.
Is Conor McGregor fighting in July?
Possibly.
Do we have potential?
Nothing's done.
Okay, but is
nothing's even remotely close to being done.
Okay. But is that something you would look forward to doing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And Dana, just to piggyback off the Conor thing, are you more optimistic than before that Conor is going to fight? Because obviously it's been a couple of years.
I am.
Okay.
I am. I was pretty optimistic at the end of last year. So, end of last year, going into this year, I'm still confident.
Dana also went off on fans criticizing the UFC for using AI in promo videos.
So I've seen a lot of fans and viewers online commenting or discussing what they perceive as a lot of AI-generated content in the broadcast that maybe wasn't in previous iterations of the UFC. Is this something that's coming with the Paramount deal, or just a new direction for the UFC, or do you have any insight on that?
What does that mean?
AI stuff, commercials, part of the promotional content, just AI in the UFC in general. I've seen fans complaining about.
Oh, yeah? What are they complaining about?
I guess I've seen people saying that the UFC should be paying artists instead of using generative AI, stuff like that.
Give me a fucking break. AI is coming, and if we're using AI, who gives a shit? People are upset about it. We should use artists. How about this? Shut the fuck up and watch the fights.
Vagabov secured a unanimous decision win over Yoel Romero in the main event of IBA Bare Knuckle on Saturday night. In classic fashion, Soldier of God was warned early on that there wasn't enough activity, with his opponent landing more consistently throughout the rounds. The most notable moment came in the third round, where Romero appeared to drop his opponent and have it counted as a knockdown, though it seemed arguable that Vagabov slipped instead. At the end of 5 2-minute rounds, the Russian got his hand raised, with the interviewer in the ring admitting that he felt like Romero deserved a win, with boos from the crowd suggesting that they agreed. Arman Tsarukyan didn't need to throw a punch this time, but he put together a great performance to beat Georgio Poullas in the RAF 7 main event. After their first encounter ended in mayhem, with Arman tackling Poullas and a brawl breaking out on stage, the UFC lightweight contender kept things much more civil this time. There wasn't much action early on, but a late scramble helped Tsarukyan edge ahead on the scorecards. Then, out of nowhere, he secured a highlight reel 4-point throw to seal a 9-3 victory. In the co-main event, Colby Covington defeated Danis via technical fall 14-4. After Danis worked his way to a surprising 4-4 tie in the opening period, Covington dialed up his aggression and rattled off a huge 10-0 run in the second stanza to ultimately advance his RAF record to 2-0. Here are the top 3 memes found on the internet. Number 3 meme was posted by Merected. Number 2 meme was posted by After Moon. And number 1 meme was posted by Smash Talk. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for your daily dose of MMA. Catch you tomorrow.